What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great week. I am definitely a little beat up, so apologize if I sound a little stuffy here, but I hope you're having a great morning. This might drop a little more toward the afternoon, but truly appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to watch this video. This is not a live one, but we are continuing the series here, going through, taking a positional outlook at every single position, looking at the training camp battles, who I have as locks on the bubble. And then as we get through each position at the end, I will give you my 53-man projection and show you the updated depth chart, all that great stuff. But we're going to go through. We've already done quarterbacks, running backs. Appreciate you checking those out. If you haven't, I can post them down below in the comments. But there is a playlist on my YouTube you can go check out, filled with each of these positions. And as we go through the offense, then the defense, you can always go back and find the new ones. But some of these there'll be days where I put out 2 at a time. We're going to try to get this in. As I've said, I'm getting some housework done, so it's going to be pure chaos. This will be the last day I'm able to do anything in here. Got to move the computer and everything. So, chaos. But I'm going to continue rolling through this, baby. Sicko season. So all you sickos out there, appreciate you taking the time. Love to hear your thoughts on this wide receiver room. You guys know I'm pretty excited. Just like last year, adding A.J. Brown was quite exciting. So I'm going to just piggyback off of that and continue to be excited for Jalen Hurts, progression, and he's going to get better. So it's only going to make things better for these wide receivers. But let's take a look at the wide receivers who will be competing this offseason in training camp and preseason. You can see there are 11 wide receivers here. So got a lot of competition here. And I've got 4 locks here. And look, I understand the strife with Quez Watkins. Definitely some untimely mistakes here this past season. His first 2 years, really like what he was able to do, especially that second year. So really hoping that he can turn things around and get back to form. And look, sometimes, things happen. So I'm hopeful, he only made a couple mistakes and it just happened to be a very untimely situations. Commanders game, Super Bowl. I mean, yeah. So Hurts only lost in the regular season and postseason. Kind of Quez Watkins. So look, man, don't like to place blame. It's a team effort, but it is what it is. Quez, hoping the best for you, my man. I know that, things fell off a little last year, but I know you've got the talent. And with guys like A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith in front of you, hell yeah. But now the Eagles bring in Olamide Zaccheaus to push him. And look, we had Pascal here, so it's not like they both can eat. And I do believe they will. Olamide is perfect for this offense. He can play outside at that size. 5'8", 5'9". I mean, the dude is tiny little fella, but he can play all across at every wide receiver position and help you in the special teams department. So I really, really like that addition there. And clearly, A.J. Brown almost had 1,500. It was like 1,496. Had like 11 touchdowns last year on 88 catches. Then DeVonta breaks the Eagles record with 95 catches last year, almost had 1,200 yards. And they're the first Eagles duo to ever have both of these guys 1,000 yards. That's insane. And we haven't had 1,000-yard receiver since Macklin, I believe, in 2014. So loved to see that. But now the back end, things happen in football. You want to have some depth. And, well, we've got some depth guys. You see, obviously, Greg Ward still sticking around. He got hurt last year, waived him with an injury settlement, brought him back on the practice squad. And, he can help you as wide receiver depth, more of a slot guy, but he can help you as a punt returner. Nothing special back there, but, he gets the job done, Mr. Consistent at catching the ball. So I like him. But Britton Covey, the beginning of the year, a lot of slack for him. And look, he had his struggles, definitely. But at the end of the year, he really picked things up and was one of the better returners in the league. So he's going to have some competition here, but let's not count him out. I think that blocking was a huge problem for the special teams last year. So let's hope we improve upon that. Now, Devin Allen doesn't play special teams, did not last year, but maybe we, as a return man, that is. So maybe we put him back as a returner. We know he's got that Olympic speed. So, hey, he can definitely jump some dudes, but they didn't like him there last year. He hasn't done it in over 10 years, almost 11 years now. Didn't play football for 6. So getting his feet back under him, maybe they'll give him a shot back there. But guys like Covey, Ward, Allen, Cleveland, they're going to be competing for, obvious wide receiver spot, but special teams, that's always a big help. And, a guy like Joseph Nada and Charleston Rambo, they've had experience returning the ball. And I will do a special teams episode here. So don't worry, I'll mention all these guys again. But that is obviously a big plus here. So speaking of those other guys, you get Tyree Cleveland, and I'm intrigued by this pick. He was a 7th round pick in what was it, 2020? And look, he came from Denver. And again, this is to me an intriguing pickup because he's got that return capability. That's all we've been really asking for. So at least somebody is, pushing Covey back there. And, his familiarity, if you could see his college down there, went to Florida. And in that time, his one of the coaches there, Brian Johnson. So he's got familiarity with Brian Johnson. So maybe that could help him out. But then you look at guys like Rambo and Hazelwood who have played with Jalen Hurts. So hey, Hazelwood, I really liked him in college, and I think that it's an intriguing piece there. And you're looking at 6'2", 6'3" at Nada, and then 6'1" Rambo. You got some bigger guys at Hazelwood. No return game there, but maybe in the NFL you give him a shot. You never know with these guys. But I actually am very intrigued by this back end, and you see, I've got 7 guys fighting for a job, and the question will become, how many are we keeping here? Is there a 5th, a 6th guy? Is one of these guys so good that you're like, all right, let's trade Quez Watkins, and maybe you could get something in return if you don't feel confident. Again, I like Quez, and I'm very hopeful for him. But hey, if you have multiple guys stepping up, if Covey's looking great and Hazelwood and Nada, and you're like, damn, man, we could keep these 6, trade him, get something back. I mean, hey, that's up to them, and we'll see in training camp and this preseason what goes down. But to me, this room is loaded. You got some bigger guys. Now, last year we had predominantly smaller guys like Ward, Covey, Allen here. You had a couple back-end guys, some project guys that were turned quarterback receivers. So, look, to me, this is a much better offseason going in with a lot of talent. I've seen people say we need to add the receiver. Look, I understand you want to add a return man, maybe somebody, like an Andre Roberts, a veteran. I would get down with that because, he provides wide receiver depth, but also as a veteran who really knows how to return the ball, especially kick returner, because Covey's a good punt returner. We need somebody that can kick return as well. So, hey, we don't need with the rule changes and everything, but it would be nice to have somebody that's a home run hitter. So maybe one of these guys could step it up. But I love this wide receiver room, and I'm hopeful for AJ and DeVonta to both be able, obviously, AJ was so close to having 90 catches, but I think they're both obviously going to go over 80 catches, which is insane for those guys. And it just kind of leaves little work for the other guys. But the reason I say 80 is because I don't want to go too high because Dallas Goedert, hopeful he stays healthy. And the next show will be on the tight ends. And, having Goddard in this offense, that is a very pivotal piece to what the Eagles do. And Jalen Hurts loves throwing it to Dallas Goedert. So everybody's going to feast. And also, that running back show made a couple weeks ago, we talked about the passing game to running backs. I think you're going to see a big uptick there. So, look, targets for everybody to go around. I don't care what their stats look like, how many touchdowns they have. I just want to make it back to the big dance. Go ahead and walk home with that effing trophy. Well, they will be flying home because that's what birds do, baby. But let's go get that effing trophy. I think this is one of the strongest positions we have. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the wide receiver room? Would you add someone? Would you try to trade someone? Whatever your mindset is, I would love to hear it. But that's all I've got for you today. Hope you're having yourselves a great day. If you got anything from this, do me a favor, hit that like button. You can always subscribe down below. But next time we'll be back with the tight ends, and I'll be live for Fan Friday. Again, my house is getting torn apart here, so it's going to be chaos. I don't know where I'll be. Maybe it'll have to be out back again. That was ridiculous. But appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope to see you probably tomorrow with that tight end video. But love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear from you. You all take care out there. But I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there. Have a great day. And as always, say it with me at home now. Go Birds!